How good is Dak? What is Dak? I like the intangibles more than I do the talent. And I'll give you an example. So what I do for big games is I get a yellow sheet of paper, and I just go 1 through 10 or 1 through 12. I'll do 1 through 12, and I list the best players in the game. And that gives me a sense of who's the better team. So Tampa is favored tonight by, over a touchdown. And they're at home, and they return everybody. So this shows you the struggle I have. I'll give you the 12 best players, and these are elite players at their position. So Brady's the best quarterback ever. Mike Evans, probably number 2, the toughest receiver in the league to defend in the red zone. Levante David, 3, Shaq Barrett, 4, elite linebackers. Tristan Wirfs now viewed as the first or second best right tackle. I would put DeMarcus Lawrence was the highest graded Cowboy last year at 6. Didn't get a lot of sacks, but he's very good. I'm going to give Zeke the benefit of the doubt. He's had 3 straight declining years, but they say he's in the best shape of his career, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Early in the season, before all those carries, he's still, I think, a really good back, number 7. Vita Vea, Ali Marpet, interior lineman D&O for the Bucs. Then I end it with 3 receivers. Amari Cooper, 10, is slightly better than Chris Godwin of the Bucs, 11, who's slightly more established and better this morning than CeeDee Lamb, who I think is going to have a big, big year. 8 of the 12 are Bucs. And then you say, well, where's Dak? And that's always my issue with Dak. Is he elite? I have 2 issues with Dak, and I'd like everybody to prove me wrong. Number 1 is he no longer beats good teams. Since the start of 2019, he has 1 win over a playoff team. And it was barely a playoff team, Philadelphia 9-7. He played them later that year and was awful. In fact, I went this morning and I looked at his last 12 wins. 3 over rebuilding New York, 2 over rebuilding Washington, 2 over Philadelphia, 1 Tampa pre-Brady, Atlanta, Detroit, 5-11 Miami, and a Ram team that didn't make the playoffs. There's not a lot there. He doesn't beat good teams enough. Doesn't mean I don't like him. But Cowboy fans, you can't have it both ways. You can't argue you have all these great players and Dak's great and you're not winning games. You can't feast on rebuilding teams. And the second thing is, the Cowboys won more when they were less dependent. They won more when Dak did less, right? Like when Zeke, first 3 years, was in his prime, they won more. First year when Zeke broke into the league, 13-3. I mean, Dak wasn't throwing for 300 and 400 yards regularly. So when Dak did less, the Cowboys won more. The more they ask him to do, the less the Cowboys win. So Dallas's recent erosion is more about the decline of Zeke. In fact, let me ask you this. Prove me wrong. When's the last big, important Cowboy win that Dak led them? You can't think about it. Pittsburgh, his rookie year. That was impressive. First thing I thought of, a Seattle playoff game. I went and looked it up. It was actually Zeke who led them. Dak's passer rating that day, it was okay. It was like 83. It was fine. It was Dak. And I never quite know what to do with Dak. I don't think he's elite at his position. I do think he's productive. I tend to like the intangibles more than the tangibles. But all the other quarterbacks in this league that I love, your Lamars and your Russells and your Mahomes and your Josh Allens and your Aarons and your Bradys, I like the tangibles. Intangibles are good too, but I really like the tangibles. With Dak, I don't. I like the intangibles. And so as we watch this game tonight, there's a reason I have my doubts about Dallas this year. Because I do think Zeke is declining. It may stop this year, but they become more dependent on Dak. And over the last 2 to 3 years, the more dependent on Dak, the fewer wins.